you doing there, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Abhisi Show. It's been a little bit, so let's jump right in. Hamad, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you, Bruce?
I'm doing great, and I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that you're doing well as well.
yeah. We are doing awesome actually, and we are very excited for this new year and upcoming quarter. And uh, we are having our team lined up, and we are moving to our office now. So we have started full time office now. We have been working remotely from last 1 year. So expect more updates and more releases as soon as possible now. It will be much faster than before. So
Perfect.
yes,
Glad to hear that. And guys, just so you know, we were talking before I literally hit live. Is that we're going to be doing these every Wednesday or every Friday at 9 a.m. So pencil the time in for your own personal help desk solution, right? So imagine your name is Allison. You can have Allison Support would be your company name, and you could literally have a BC as your white label branded support solution. So keep that in mind, right? And with that being said, we're going to have our Abhisi live streams every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. I just got that confirmed with Amat. So thank you very much for that, and I know everyone's going to appreciate that. So without further ado, let's jump right into the big announcement this week.
so yes, guys, we have released Instagram, as you all know, Um and we are working on the DMs as well via Facebook. It is a bit tricky. I'm not sure it will happen or not, but we are trying on that, and we are ready with customer portal as well. Long overdue, and we have been waiting for a long time. So we are releasing it next Friday. Most probably, we will be releasing during the webinar. So we are excited, and we are bringing a lot of updates. Will be coming faster from March, as we are moving into the office, as I said, and we will be working harder now, much better, in a much better and a much analyzed way. So yeah, so at last we have an Instagram update. I know everybody was waiting for a long time, but the approval process was a bit. I don't know why it took so much time, but yeah, finally we are here, and we will be rolling out a lot of updates soon.
Let's jump into that second one. You touched on it briefly. Customer portals are coming out.
Yes,
Let's talk about that a little bit because I know that's something that we've been working on for like a year.
yeah. So customer portals are finally done. We'll be releasing that on next Friday, and we in customer portals, everybody will be having the feature available, sub accounts or not, agency, previous deals, upcoming future customers, everything. Everyone will be having that feature. That feature will be having their own settings, similarly as for the knowledge base. You can change the fonts, the colors, the schemes, and everything for your own customer portal. You can keep the knowledge base. You can turn it off or turn it on. We are also trying to, along with this, we are trying to release a private knowledge base that was requested by a lot of people, where you can keep your knowledge base private as well. If not this Friday, but most probably it will be available by the next week, coming week, after upcoming Friday. So yeah, so private knowledge base will also be available mostly with this customer portal feature, and there will be ticket updates so it can be used as a traditional ticketing system. There will be ticket numbers. Your customers will be getting a email with the ticket IDs and tracking and everything. So we are releasing this first version where there will be minimal features. We are adding more features to the customer portal. More tracking, or generating more reports will be coming up later for enterprise clients. So I think we are really excited because we took a long time, and finally we are here. So let's hope for the best.
So, well, let's talk about that number three because that you went over that really quick. So, I'm glad to hear about customer portals, right? Perfect. So, guys, what does that really mean? So, when your clients have submitted in support tickets or trouble tickets, right? Your clients can actually go in, or let's say you're managing a brand, you can actually go in and see the status of all the tickets. If you're an individual user, your client can go in and they can go ahead and see what is the status of their own ticket that they've submitted. Let's say, for example, they didn't get an email. Well, they could, in theory, go to the customer portal and see if someone from the support team responded to their support ticket. I've done that a few times because for whatever reason I didn't get some emails that I didn't get an email even though I dropped the support ticket. I wanted to see if I got a response, and sometimes the customer portal would reflect that to me and show me, hey, yeah, someone did get back to you and respond to your ticket. That's what a customer portal is for, right? It's an extra layer of where, especially if you interact with like an e-commerce company a lot, you can see what is the status of a support ticket. Great. That being said, let's move on out to that next announcement that you talked really quickly.
Yeah.
So,
So
ticketing
travel
IDs. Well,
ticketing ID.
I was going to say ticketing IDs. We'll get into the last one because I want to hear about the use cases for a private knowledge base. But I think ticketing IDs is big. A lot of people actually requested that, so let's talk about that briefly. Ticketing IDs is basically where, guys, you can have like a number or a set of characters and numbers associated to like a customer ticket. Doesn't matter if it's like someone sent an email to support or it was a support chat request that initiates the creation of a ticket. That ties in directly into the customer portal too. When do you think that's going to be coming out? The creation of an ID tag to a support ticket.
So yeah, it will be a part of customer portal because without a ticketing ID, it's difficult to track when you go to a customer portal. So every ticket that is raised by a customer will be having a unique ID. So that will be also searchable, and that we can also be tracked. Uh, Plus, there are a few more benefits. We also found that it is much easier to find a ticket when it is going through a ticket ID, because that is something very fast and unique. Uh,
Searchable, exactly. Yep,
Searchable.
yep.
Pretty easy, and also there were few requests about sending ticket IDs into the subject. So that also we are gonna add up. So whenever the customer is raising or sending a normal email as well, they will be getting a ticket ID into that email itself with an
Right,
autoresponder.
right.
So if you set up an autoresponder, they will be getting the ticket ID and the autoresponder that you have set up. Along with that, yes. So ticket IDs are, I think, very critical at the moment, because when even I am finding it difficult to find few emails, to be honest, because we have got a lot of requests, a lot of demos scheduled, and so it was getting out of hand. So I think having this feature will help a lot of companies along with us. So it was critical.
Vijay is saying nice update. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Vijay, for
Vijay.
joining us. And come on, you should take that back to your team that you're getting good responses back from the community there.
Yes, true. Definitely. I'm sharing almost all the updates that we are getting, all the reviews that we are getting. My team is actually involved in responding to tickets now as well. So they are liking it, actually, solving the problems. We do miss few tickets just because we don't have a ticketing system, but I think we won't miss now. So
Well, now once you apply, ticketing ID assets to like support tickets, then that's going to bring an extra level of organization and maturity to the platform
true,
that
true,
everyone not right, and it makes sense that your team would take advantage of it too. I think
true.
that just makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely. And there was a very, very, very good request by one of the customers, and just a day before, and we are taking that into the priority. There was a request of, closing the tickets after some time automatically.
Right.
So
Like let's say it's like 90 days. Yes, it would make
yeah,
sense to
so
close it
for
right away.
example, if you have responded to a customer 9 days back, and still there is no response from the customer, we consider it as a close. So we are going to plan to give that feature as soon as possible, because that is something that we also love to have. So that is, we are going to fast forward it prior to some other integrations or something, because that is that we found very critical. So
Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's jump into the next one here. Question: Is there any plans, or are the plans going to be available to replace the website chat widget with a chatbot?
Chatbot is still in the pipeline. We have not started working on it, to be honest. But before that, we are looking into Bosta as an integration, and we got a request from one of our community members as well. So just to reply to him, we are a little bit busy this week for the customer portal. Once we are over with it, we will be definitely starting, focused. We will be focused on integrating Bostar as of now. But our own chatbot will take some more time because that is something we want to do it right, and but it will be there. Stay with us.
So to answer your question, it is the low hanging fruit of going with an integration partner. It's just something that is not in the immediate short term because we have obviously the a lot of the I don't want to say backlog, but a lot of things that have been working on for like the past year, like customer portal. And let's talk about knowledge base. And then to answer your question, Mr. Facebook user, yes, that's it is coming down the pipeline. It's just not there yet. Okay, so let's talk about a hidden knowledge base. What is? Let me take that off the screen. Sorry about that, guys. What is the benefit of having like a hidden knowledge base as opposed to like a public one?
Uh, so. So this came into the priority after the AppSumo launch. So we have at least 8 different customers that are asking for that. So I spoke with them, like what are their use cases. So for example, um, I am a software company, okay, and I have some set of rules or some set of codes or schema or documentation that I want to share with my team, but I don't want to make it public because my competitors can take advantage of it. Just one example. If I want to share an article with my team, currently there is no facility in Abhisi where you can share it privately. So, what we are planning to do is we are planning to give an option to make the particular category or make particular knowledge base private or public. So, what you can do is you can create two knowledge bases. One might be public and one might be private. So that private has a lot of I was not sure like it is that much critical when we launched knowledge base, but after having a feedback we thought like it might be useful in a lot of cases. We didn't found a very good use case, but after AppSumo launch we got a few use cases that were very relevant. So private knowledge base is definitely on board.
There is one that I do see specifically. I've seen where I don't get access to a knowledge base unless I create a support ticket first, or it's on the back end of a certain SaaS because they didn't want to make the knowledge base available to the public. So what I'd have to do is I'd have to log in, and then I would see the ability to see the support section. And if I sent in a support ticket, based on let's say a article in the knowledge base, great. Me responding or adding a comment to that article is the same user profile that was creating a support ticket. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But it was done because I logged in similar.
Yeah, logged
In
in.
this case, right, in the case of Abhisi, it could be I've logged into the customer portal, and there is where I could see the
Correct.
knowledge bases.
Correct. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it if it's a private knowledge base.
I could see how some companies would want to do that. Maybe they have some sensitive information that they don't want to share it to other competitors, which totally
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So a lot of websites and a lot of website owners had the same question. Like if so articles take time, efforts, and money to create. A lot of teamwork goes into it on creating an article. So uh, we don't want our competitors to just take away everything and duplicate
sure.
it. Uh, so I think it makes sense.
Okay, so I like where that's going. I see how other companies have said, well, that activates based on logging into a third-party solution. So hopefully that's something that Abisi will be able to keep in mind that if I log into a certain SaaS and I have Abisi as my knowledge base and my support solution and my chat solution, that I could say, oh, the profile that was created on the SaaS is handed over to the
It's
Abisi
handed over.
ecosystem. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. And yeah, so knowledge base will be having the comment section and everything, but that will be coming in the next release when we, redefine a bit of design, and also we redefined the templates. We are planning to give some 2 3 extra templates in knowledge base that you can easily use and implement. Yeah.
I'm gonna add that in. So update number 5. New knowledge base templates coming. Perfect. That I didn't even know. That I love to hear. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on down to the next one. Let's have fun with this one. It was promised on AppSumo that YouTube comments will be ready by late January or first week of February. Someone's got their watch and they're
Yeah,
just
I know, I
watching
know.
me like a hawk.
I know.
I have I have
I did commit to that on the first week of February, but to be
they
honest, we
say
got a bit delayed. But yeah, I'll fast track it as soon as possible. I will try to get it done in a week's time or 10 days or so. But it will be with you soon. We just got a bit dragged with customer portal and everything, so uh, it's not that a big deal. It will not take a lot of time, but we just have to start doing it, and it will be done.
there you go.
I know you are keeping the time, and I know.
No reply. He got no. He wanted to make sure you knew that he did not get a reply.
Yes, yes, yes.
He's
So there was no reply just because I was not ready for a reply because we didn't had anything on my hand. So I was like, if we get it ready, then I can, just reply him that we are ready with it. But it was bad on my part. I should have at least told him that okay, it is getting a bit delayed. But yeah, so it is getting a bit delayed, but it is gonna be there soon. So we won't disappoint an AS user. Don't worry.
and that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to have fun with it because I know how long we've been working on customer portal, right? And that just totally
Yeah.
makes sense. Um, and then Instagram rolls out, which is huge at the same time. So I hope
Yeah.
that made you happy because you didn't receive YouTube comments in time. So I was just trying to have fun with it. So yeah. All right. Any update on the new design of the knowledge bases? Thank you. I think they're referring to a new UI or new UX design.
Yeah, so that's what we discussed currently. So once we have this customer portal rolled out and private knowledge base, we will be having 2 3 templates. Um, uh, in a month's time, I think we'll be ready with the templates and a bit of more customization as everybody requested for updating and changing the CSS and HTML of knowledge base. So I think we should be ready in a month's time.
Perfect. So we're looking at a month on there. Let's talk about we talked about on Wednesday regarding backend speed enhancements.
Yes. So this is a bit on the technical part for the front end specifically, not on the back end. We have updated the backends last year as well, but the front end was developed in 2016, and after that, the technology didn't got a lot of updates. So we developed in Angular 1, and we are currently working on Angular 9. So we are planning to revamp the whole we are trying to change everything from Angular 1 to Angular 9 so that we get much better response and much better smoothness into the product when it comes to the front end. So the lags, or maybe sometimes you might feel some cache issues or anything like that. The technology is one major reason behind it, and that's why we are now planning in the second quarter to change it and update it. So during that phase, we will be also sharing the UI updates that are going to happen on a reply page. So once we are so we want to do it together because it doesn't make sense to just change the UI and keep the technology old. So we are going to change both together. So maybe second quarter is the focus for that. So I think it will be much better. You will like it. You will like the new Angular 9 technology. It's really good.
Now, I'm going to put this out there. How does that affect the mobile application? Because I'd like to I'd like to use the mobile application 90% of the time if I could. Does
True.
moving to Angular 9 increase whether the mobile application is faster or updates come faster to it or it's smoother? Does that reflect at all?
No, no. Mobile applications are made on React. Those are already on the latest technology. And just the thing is, we need to focus a bit more on mobile apps, and it will be smoother. So there is no technology challenge in that. It's already on the good platform. So it's just that we have to make few API changes on the web app side that will help the mobile app to get better.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Totally makes sense. Guys, just FYI, we do have a Shorebird resource link there too. So let me put it up on the screen to let you get a chance to see what it looks like. We'll be adding in some redemption instructions, as well as, hey, if you guys want to go ahead and leave an in-depth review to compensate you for your time, go ahead and take a screenshot and send it in to support. That way, you can get an extra code compensated for your time. Now, Hamad, are you guys providing the codes or are you applying the codes to the accounts?
So once they send out the screenshot, we'll be applying manually from our end.
Good. I
Um,
like that. I like that.
yeah, so as soon as I send a snapshot, somebody will apply the code, and the code name is also different. It's a thank you code, so it reflects in their account. So,
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. We'll add the instructions here on the Shoreview page too for you
yeah,
guys. But feel free to take that little link down there and feel free to share it amongst the groups as well. Perfect.
perfect.
There we go. Man, that was a lot of major updates. Okay, so
Yes.
and then the last one that you've alluded to is that once you move over to Angular 9, and I like this one too. I like that background. Once we move over to Angular 9, the other thing that a lot of people are looking for is like a, UI refresh. So
Yes.
we talked about that a few days ago. We mentioned that
Yeah.
here, so that's something that people could look forward to. So if you had to put, let's say, a month on it, were you thinking of May, June?
So we will be starting that in April. So from the first week of April, we will be working on the new UI and changing the technology. And along with that, we'll be getting everything designed and getting released. So I think you will see the whole UI got changed, and there are a lot of challenges currently. Even the buttons are too small and all that. So all those things will get over with the technology and the change of the UI. So
Perfect. I This is the type of question. By the way, I love that response, but this is the type of question that I see here as like a brand ambassador or a VIP. What if I've already bought the maximum stack? What will I get extra by leaving a review? So besides a thank you and besides coming up on screen, I'm gonna have to leave that up to Hamant because if you've already bought 10 and you want to get an 11th code, I think that makes sense that you come on as a VIP onto our live streams. Explain to us how you plan on using it. Show us some tips and tricks and hacks of how you're using a BC. That would be great. But I'm not sure what Hamant may have in mind for those VIP members who are going to have technically 11 codes.
so for the members, those who have 11 codes, I'll myself be available for the support. So you can hop on a call with me anytime, and we can do anything for you and help you in any ways we can. And even increasing your limits, we don't mind. Ask us for anything, and we'll provide you.
Well, man, what if they say, well, now we want infinite users? Oh, wait, you already have that, right?
You already have that. You have infinite mailboxes. You have
Oh, wait, we
infinite
already have that.
users. Yeah, you already have that. So maybe we can bump up your sub accounts or something, and also maybe if there are restrictions on knowledge base, we'll remove that for you, or something like that.
No, there is one thing I do want to put out there. We've kind of discussed it, and I don't mean to catch you off by surprise on this, but you and I have discussed this, and I don't think we've had a chance to really discuss it with the community. But for those people who want to have an extra layer or an extra component of white label, let's say they want to go something fancier, right? Let's say they want to drop three, 4 digits into, let's say, a desktop client or a mobile application. I know that's something that you and I had discussed before, but we hadn't really told or discussed anything with the community. Guys, we don't have anything definite on it, but if that's something that you might be interested in, maybe what the 11th code could also be is perhaps a discount on that white label custom development if you're going to be serious into, let's say, oh, I want my own white label mobile application as well. Great. Maybe this could be a discount off
Yeah,
of that.
that also makes sense. Like, so
Yeah.
if you have an extra code, we can, get some discounts on the white label mobile apps as well. So there you go.
So there you go. There's an extra incentive for you to get code number 11. And don't forget, you also have video chats that's included too. The one thing I was going to ask you regarding video chats is I don't think that you can do video chats from the mobile application, correct?
Not at the moment, but I think uh, we are looking into the SDKs. So if that is possible, we'll definitely include that because that will be useful. I know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and I'd be looking forward to that too because I haven't really found a support system besides Crisp that I know of. Besides Crisp Chat that allows me to do video calls, responding to the video calls that a client may ask on a chat from the web page. Crisp is the only one I've ever seen that lets me answer it from a phone. I haven't seen another one. So maybe there is, and it's just a little more obscure. But from the big players, yeah, Crisp is the only one I've seen that ever does that.
Yeah, true. So yeah, it's not going to be that challenging to give a video over the phone. It's just we need to spend some more time. That's it. So the first target will be releasing on the web version and giving you a calendar and a scheduling stuff for the videos so that your clients can schedule the demos or support calls or anything with you guys, same as you can do in Zoom or something.
So are you saying that there's going to be an element of scheduling?
Yes, so there will be an element of schedule where you can schedule the call or a demo. So they can go to the chat, they can click on it, schedule a call. There will be a calendar, and you can define your slots in the settings at the backend so that they can select a slot of 30 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, whatever you have scheduled.
And so, do they have the choice of choosing between an audio or video support call that they're going to schedule?
So basically, what settings we are going to give is you can keep all the incoming calls as audio call first of all, and only if the customer is comfortable, then you can shift to the video call.
Got it. I'm going to put that up on the screen. So, for those of you who are keeping tab, that's update number 7. You'll soon be able to schedule a video or audio support call with a calendar UI. You'll be able to select your time slot and your
Correct.
date, etc., etc. Holy crap, guys! That's a lot of updates right there, and that's a lot of extra functionality.
Yeah.
So
So this is something I will stop giving updates because I want to deliver everything first, and then I'll give anything extra.
we may
So
get in trouble. We may get in
So
trouble.
yeah, so this is the whole target of the first quarter up till March, and we want to deliver everything that we have committed so far, and then we can move ahead with the new UI, new technology, and everything.
So, for those of you that stuck with us, you got to see all the breadth of all the updates. Take a screenshot if you want to remember that one too, because yeah, you'll be able to schedule calls, support calls, which we've seen do in other platforms, but in this case, you'll actually be able to schedule the video portion of
True,
the call from the calendar UI. So,
true.
appreciate the update and appreciate the 7 of you that stuck with us a half hour later. On that note, guys, I pumped him, for as much information as I possibly could. I pulled it out of him as much as I could, guys, and that's seven
So
of
I
them.
am I am
So
always I am always a foot back when releasing or announcing the updates because the customers are like, when it's coming. So I don't want them to get restless. So just
and it's
so
totally fine and it's okay. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to have the community provide suggestions and vote on it. So
yes,
guys, please wait with us. We're gonna set up like a Trello or a product stash, and what we'll do is we'll have you guys give us a feedback of certain features you're looking for or enhancements to existing features, maybe certain integrations. And then we'll have you all vote on it. We'll put it up inside. We'll send emails to everyone saying, hey, this is something new that you should look at or vote on.
Sure.
Or we'll just drop it inside the Facebook group and we'll let you guys vote on it also. So cool. Thank you very much. I guess on that note, we're all set here.
Awesome.
So we'll see you guys next Friday, 9 a.m.
Next
Pacific,
Friday, 9 a.m.
and
Pacific, and most probably with a new feature. So let's hope for the best.
10:30 p.m. IST.
IST.
So on that note, guys, everyone be safe. Keep social distancing in mind. Keep your masks on. Wash your hands, and we'll see you all next week.
Ciao.
Cool.
See you, Bruce.
Have a
See you,
have
everyone.
a have a good one, guys. Thanks for Jay for joining us.